It's really surprising. It's such a little place and more of an unknown place for people like us. Oh no. We're heading up into those big bad boys. I reckon you come down here tomorrow, this part will all be underwater. We're Paul and Tan, and we're currently travelling around Australia in our Toyota troop carrier called Simba. We're heading inland into the mountains this week after exploring a very underrated national park along the south coast. We've got some cracking places to share with you, so don't miss this episode. Please hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying our content. It really does help us to grow our channel. Enjoy! See ya! Good morning, guys. Look what we've got today. Sunshine. We're so excited. It kind of gives us a new energy. It's been a bit flat with the weather, but they reckon for the next few days we should be good. We've just spent overnight at the Reflections Caravan Park in Eden. Caught up with Ben and Lydia from Hook Inn. What a lovely couple. Stoked to meet them. Hopefully we'll bump into them again at some point. They're just finishing off their travels, so if you haven't watched their YouTube, jump on and have a look. It's good catch up. Good catch up. Yeah. Talk lots of troopy stuff, lots of lap of Oz stuff, and yeah, it was just lovely to meet them. So we're heading inland today. We're going to have a look around here just a little bit, because I think this place is, you see it in a different light, hey, when you see the sun. It's beautiful. The water's still very brown, isn't it? But it's been crazy wet for the last few days. This is like it's on a spit, a very narrow spit actually, because there's a lake right behind us and then the beach at the front. So we're going to get out and just have a bit of a look around here. Just been into the Eden Information Centre, had a bit of a chat with the very helpful lady in there who has given us some recommendations and some directions for getting to Canberra. There was a question over whether there may have been a washout on one of the roads, but it seems like it's all good. Yeah, we're heading to the Ben Boyd National Park, which is actually completely in the opposite direction to where we're heading, but we're going to go there and have a look. We watched this really cool video at the Whale Museum yesterday that gave us a bit of an insight into the area and a bit of history. So we're going to have a look at this interesting construction, which is about 35 k's south of Eden. Yesterday the national parks were washed out from the rain, so they've only reopened again this morning. So we're going to go and have a look. The town looks completely different in the sun.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place, eh?
Yeah, stunning area. Yeah, coast.
That information centre building down on the wharf. It's a cracker of a building. And,
yeah, it looks fairly new, hey?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
and it's sort of a nice little wharf. There's fishing boats in there. The lady was telling us that the oyster, because it's famous for its oysters, that place, the oyster farmers won't be happy because the rain dump that they've just had affects the oyster production, which is crazy. But yeah, she said it's a bit annoying. So yeah, we've actually learned quite a lot of history in the last day or so about this place, the whaling history, and it's been really, really interesting. So glad we stayed there. Probably could have stayed easily 2 or 3 days, but we kind of have to move on, and we want to try and get up into the mountains before the next lot of weather comes through, which is in a few days' time. So yeah, we're heading down to the Ben Boyd National Park, and this is pretty spectacular scenery on the way. This area was known for its whaling history, but also logging as well, wasn't it? Timber. The museum yesterday told us all about that as well, so obviously it still is. We've actually driven to the other side of the inlet. What's it called? Twofold Bay. We've driven about, what was it, about 30 kilometres to get to the other side of the bay, which you can see the town of Eden across the other side. So basically this tower was built by one of the early entrepreneurs of the area back in the 1800s by the name of Benjamin Boyd, and it was built by him to basically honour himself. But as it turns out, he made an awful lot of money, purchased a lot of property, was really important in the growth of the area, and then what happened? He
just said his financial empire collapsed somehow.
Yeah.
In a fairly short space of time, just over a matter of a few short years, I think. And he went belly up, and that was the end of him.
Well, didn't he go missing somewhere though?
Meters, you will arrive at your destination.
He went missing somewhere in South America or something, never to be found again.
Oh yeah.
And that was the end of him. So yeah, but anyway, this tower was built by him. It was I think it was originally used to spot the whales as well. Yeah, so we're going to go for a walk out to it. The views are supposed to be spectacular, so we'll share that with you. Colour of the water. It's actually really dirty, churned up. How fabulous is that? So that's a pretty ominous looking... Oh, look on the top of it. His name's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Wowee. It's only on one side though, pointing out to the ocean. Just to stamp his dominance on the... Yeah.
That's town.
It's a pretty impressive structure. So it looks like they've taken any evidence of any stairs out of the centre of it to stop people climbing up it and just put struts across it. So that's the town of Eden across the other side of the bay. We've driven all the way around the outside of it to get to this point, which is about 30 kilometres. Oh, it's so red down here. Absolutely magnificent. So stand corrected, Boyd is actually written on this side. Part of it's broken away, but it was probably on the other side too, you just can't read it. So all four sides had his name on it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so well put together and accessible for everybody, hey?
Mm.
Well worth the drive out, I think. We were thinking about not coming because it's in the opposite direction, but I'm so glad we did. Nothing like a good bit of history.
So did you read about why he built it in the first place?
Well, I think so. What was your take on it?
He wanted to set up a lighthouse here.
Ah.
Yeah. But he couldn't get permission from the relevant authority at the time to operate a lighthouse, so it kind of became a tower for whale watching, which is obviously big here for the hunters, the whale, what do you call them?
The whale hunters.
Yeah, yep. Back in the day.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't fit the profile of a lighthouse, but it's a pretty ominous structure. It would have been one of its kind if it got to be a lighthouse. They were also saying yesterday at the bit of history behind the place at the information centre that this place here was earmarked to be a candidate for the capital city of Australia when Federation happened, but they thought, because of the harbour, they thought that it would be too competitive for Sydney because that was the main harbour, so it got canned, which was interesting. The harbour here is one of the deepest harbours in the world.
Deepwater port, yeah.
Big, deepwater port in the world. So it's really surprising. It's such a little place and more of an unknown place for people like us. So we go have a look at this one. Yeah, so much history, and you can tell the people here are super passionate about their area. It's really nice. Look at this. Oh, look at the bubbles down there. Yuck. So the photos of the area, all the aerial shots that have been taken and displayed around, the water is like aqua blue and clear. So the rains have played havoc with this water. It's still beautiful though.
Won't take long to flush it out.
No. It's amazing how the process works though. So this is another historical building from Ben Boyd's life. He started building this structure to be, I think, his own home. I guess it was in the 1800s, and then it just never got finished. So it was kind of left a little bit constructed and almost probably went to ruins, and then a family took it over and have made it into some accommodation after altering it slightly. Now it's a
hotel slash cafe, restaurant, luxury accommodation right on the beach. Not a bad spot, overlooking Eden in the distance. So we're going to have a bit of a walk around.
Yes.
Prime real estate here. It's huge. Let's walk around the outside. Wowee, what a lovely building. Isn't it?
Got a few people out here.
Yeah. There's a caravan park over there. And as we came in up on the hill, oh, you can see it through the hill. Up there somewhere is a remains of an old church with a view over the harbour. Beautiful. Heading up into those big bad boys on our way to, this is actually the Snowy Mountains Highway. How exciting, it's got an exciting name. I don't know what I'm going to say, but it's just exciting. Like, we just don't see scenery like this, do we? It's beautiful countryside.
On a good old flat WA.
Yeah, this is just spectacular. I mean, this road probably wouldn't be so pleasant if it was like it was yesterday, because it was, you know, pretty wet, but everything is so green, and we've been over a few bridges. Oh no. Oh, that's 2 dead wombats we've seen. Oh, no. Yeah, we've been over a few bridges and they've all got running rivers in them. So the rain yesterday has really helped. So I think that when we get up into the Snowy Mountains, we may be lucky and get to see some rivers running. We just didn't expect to at this time of the year. We thought everything would be dry, but this unseasonal rain has helped our cause a little bit. Yeah, so the lady at, where were we this morning? Eden said that we have to pass through it's like a mountain pass up here somewhere. She checked to make sure the road was open, but she said it can be quite windy, so she asked if we were towing, etc. But the road was closed in the past because of a landslide, but apparently it's not now. So yeah, we've got some interesting crossing to do. No, it's not a mountain crossing, I'm sure it's a proper road, but yeah, there's some mountains coming up, which is cool. We're so excited. Yeah, looking forward to it. Browns Creek. It's called was it called Brown Mountain?
Yeah.
Mount Brown or Brown Mountain or something. So we're getting close. So that's kind of what the road looks like for the next 4 or 5 kilometres. So just go nice and slow. The road, what do you think of the road? It's not too bad, is it?
So far, so good.
Yeah, it's actually quite wide, which is good. We were on the inside, so that's always better. I always think that's better. Oh, look at the foresty part. Now we've come into the real rainforest part. There's great big tree ferns. Love this. It's also got that corrugated stuff on the middle and the edge, hasn't it? Just so that you know if you've gone over the line. It's pretty windy though. We are really high up. I reckon it's a bit scary up here. I don't know. I feel like everything's a big drop off, but I think I'm just thinking how spooky it would be if you were driving. So we're in the Kosciuszko National Park. No, I mean spooky if you were driving up here in the snow season. Like, I just can't even imagine it. It would be so treacherous on these roads. Anyway, we're heading to Island Bend Campground, which is near the river apparently, so that'll be nice. And we've been highly recommended by a number of people to drive down to the bottom, right at the bottom of the campground. You keep going in and then you park near the river apparently. So we don't know how many people are going to be here. We're hoping for not many, but oh wow, look down there. See what I mean about being high? But it's pretty specky, hey? Great spot, but hard to get to. So we're just having a walk around the campground. This is the Snowy River. How exciting is that? They've had so much rain up here, and it's flowing beautifully. I'm going to go down and have a look. This is a great campground, but I don't know. And I do feel like with the rain, you just don't know how much water's coming. Oh, look at that. That is stunning. I reckon you come down here tomorrow, this part will all be underwater. Good morning. We've come back down to this spot this morning because why wouldn't you? It's so beautiful. The wind is really whistling down the river this morning, but it's risen a little bit overnight, but it's just absolutely stunning. There's actually a camp spot just up here, which you've got to come down a pretty gnarly track to get to, but it would have been a pretty good little camp spot, I reckon. But you just don't know with the river. Like, I mean, it's a long way up off the riverbank here, but camp spot's just there. But I don't know, there's signs up, and there has been some rain, so we just decided not to. But in hindsight, we could have camped there, which, you know, you don't know. You got to be safe. But what a place so far. And the sun's out again today, so we're excited to explore. So this area...
Continue on Boyd's Tower Road for 1 kilometre.
Thank you. This is like a different landscape completely to what we've seen before. I forgot to put the microphone on. Alright, I'm just going to plug the microphone in. Thanks again for watching, and your support through hitting that subscribe or like button means the world to us. Don't forget to tune in next week to continue on with our adventures. If you're keen to watch some of our other trip episodes or other adventures, here's some links. Thanks again, and we hope to see you all next week. Cheers!